Good evening. I hope you're all out there listening and are keen to hear about our programs here at the University of Lincoln and the Accountancy, Finance and Economics Department in particular. My name is Siobhan Goggin. I'm the head of department, and I'm surrounded today by my colleagues who are the program leaders for a variety of our postgraduate programs. So I will introduce the program leaders and as I have them on my screen. So on the top left, there's Geeta. Geeta, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, everybody. My name is Geeta Lakshmi, as you can possibly tell from the label, and I am the program leader for MSc Finance. I did my PhD in that particular area of bonds, but I am interested in everything else which is in the program.
Thanks, Geeta. I'll now pass over to Chow. You're next on my screen.
Thank you, Siobhan, and hello, everyone. My name is Châu Les, and I'm program leader of MSc International Investment Banking. I teach both graduate modules and undergraduate module related to corporate finance and portfolio management.
Thank you, Chow. And Nikki?
Hello, everyone. My name's Nikki Wood. I'm the program leader for MSc Governance, and I also teach a variety of accounting modules around the university as well.
Thanks, Nikki. Now, we're also will be joined by Fadi Alcaran, who has had, unfortunately, to drop out for a moment, but he will be back in as soon as he reconnects to the system. So welcome, everybody. Perhaps I can start off by telling you a little about the department and the university. The university is quite a young university. It was established in Lincoln here about 25 years ago, having previously existed under a different name in Hull. It was the University of Lincoln and Humberside, but it moved down from Hull to Lincoln 25 years ago and has gone from strength to strength. So in that period of time, and I've been with the university for almost 20 years, but in that time, the university has increased its status in all of the rankings. So it's wonderful to be part of this growing university, which is competing with lots of other hard-hitting universities in many instances, particularly, of course, in our NSS. So in the NSS, we are in, I think it's the top 30 amongst all UK universities, which is fantastic because ultimately we're here for our students, and it's nice to see that reflected in that student survey, which is a national student survey targeted at all universities. So I'll interrupt myself just for a moment because I've seen Fadi has just come back into the room. And Fadi, it's just to give you a moment to say hi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fadi Alcaran. I am the program leader for MS Accounting and Finance at University of Lincoln, and it's really great to meet you today. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Fadi. I'll come back to all of the program leaders later. Yeah, so the university is a growing university. It has great aspirations for research, and those are those aspirations are directly affecting us as employees of the university, because we are the ones who, in theory, will be producing increased research. And that is, it's a new objective of our recently appointed VC. And he has stated that one of the objectives is for us to move up even higher in the rankings. And one of the main ways we can do that is by improving our research profile. So some of you who may be interested in taking a PhD, for example, may of course also be contributing to that research profile. Now, we have lots of undergraduate programs, actually with similar titles to the programs we run at postgrad. And you've seen here some of the program leaders, but we also have economics and finance, international business economics, and the specialist banking and finance. And there Thank you. There we have the titles and program leaders. And if you want to take a picture of that so that you can, or a screenshot so that you can contact directly the program leaders, because I know the program leaders all welcome communication from potential students. So perhaps I'll tell you a little about, if you like, a theme which is running through many of the postgraduate programs in the department. So one of the underlying themes running through all our programs relates to Bloomberg, to our Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund, and to our relationship with Amplified Trading. So if I can just take a moment to explain that in a little more depth. Now, Bloomberg, and many of you, I'm sure, will be aware of Bloomberg. And this is a system, it's an information system, effectively, which offers students cutting edge experience of current industry practices. And this is offered to students on all our programs. Some of it is in, some modules will actually embed the use of Bloomberg in that module. And Chow can probably, and Fadi can probably talk a little bit more about Bloomberg later. Or actually, Chow, so that I'm not doing a monologue, Chow and or Fadi, would either of you like to comment about your use of Bloomberg?
I will start. What time would you like me? Shall I start offering this?
Well,
now?
just if you can just tell me how you use Bloomberg so that people get a flavor of how it's embedded in various modules or in the program.
Thank you so much, Siobhan. As Siobhan, our head of department, opening this webinar or this meeting, saying what is really new at University of Lincoln, we are focusing on the new era of business environment. If you are talking about business environment, you have to look at what is the concept underpinning any accounting and finance degree, regardless whether this undergraduate or postgraduate. Our role as accounting and finance to provide relevant, accurate, proper, timely information to support decision making for any organization. Doesn't matter if this is like a private, public, whatever the company. What's really matter, data stream, like database, like Bloomberg, it's a comprehensive data set where you may have a lot of opportunity to engage in data analytics, to change data to information. As you probably know, when we have like such data, how your role, your contribution to your institution, to your company, to add value, to create investment opportunity in terms of cost saving. You cannot do all this stuff and contribute and to add value to your company without accurate, proper, timely, relevant information, which can be integrated, amalgamated on Bloomberg, platform. And therefore, we have a lot of application where you may integrate the whole value creation starting from your company and across the whole supply chain. By using Bloomberg, you will be able to come up with problem-solving solution for your investment opportunity, and you are not focusing only on rewarding your decision maker, your company board. Instead, you are trying to reward the whole parties across the whole supply chain, including community, including social, environmental return, and how you will be able to accommodate all this in your scenario and propose. And think about what is the concept of accounting and finance degree. It's about, we are defining this like about the language of the business. And if we are identifying the accounting and finance as the language of the business, we need to think about what happened for this business. We do have a lot of information about business transformation and the new era of the business environment. And therefore, the language that we will use to communicate the business activity will be changed according to the new environment of the business. Now
that's really useful. Sorry, Fadi. Sorry to interrupt. That's really useful in that you can set the scene for how useful the information system, which Bloomberg is, could be incorporated into really everyday working life for most of our graduates. So if you don't mind, I'll just take a moment to introduce Chow and how she uses Bloomberg in her module.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So I teach the module portfolio analysis for MSc Finance and MSc International Investment Banking. So students in my module will have a training with Bloomberg where they can access the real-time market data about equity, and then they analyze the stock price and the financial performance of the company, and then they make their own decision which company they should invest, or even they create an investment portfolio of many different stocks, and then they monitor their investment performance over a period of time. And they really enjoy the movement when they realize that they actually make a very good investment outcome. So they act like a real investor, make full use of the real-time market data from Bloomberg.
Okay, thank you, Chow. Now I just want to go back to the introduction to the themes that are embedded in most of our programs. So alongside Bloomberg, students will also have the opportunity to take part in the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund. Now that is a real live investment fund. You're dealing with real money, you're adhering to the London Stock Exchange regulations. You, the students, are managing the fund. You are learning how to, once you understand the process, then you will get the opportunity to teach other students as you progress through the year. It's one of the most wonderful opportunities, and there are only about, say, 10 other universities in the UK who actually have a live fund. Many of them will have simulated funds, but there are a few of us lucky enough to have actual real cash investments. And you, the students, under the guidance of an advisory board and our associate professor, Dr. Hag Quach, who initiated the fund, he will provide guidance to the students, but ultimately it is the students who are undertaking the investment decisions, what to invest in, what to sell, when to sell investments, what is the pattern of investments over a period of time. And even if you haven't invested before, we will teach you from the very beginning. So we have developed I think it's a wonderful initial training to ensure that you as a student feel comfortable in the environment, which is the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund. And it's a really successful fund, actually, because the students have won a number of national prizes. So we are very proud of that opportunity that we give our students. It's like doing work experience without taking a year out of your education. So the skills that the students gain are definitely equivalent to hands-on work experience. We also, through that, and there you have a lovely picture of the Bloomberg suite and one of our lecturers working with some students. So one of the opportunities for students with the LSMIF is our close relationship with Brewin Dolphin. Now, Brewin Dolphin is a national firm, and they wonderfully employ lots of our graduates. And they also sponsor with advice and guidance the students who are running the Lincoln Student Managed Investment Fund. So we have a representative from Brewin Dolphin who advises and guides. They sit on the advisory board for the Student Managed Fund. They also provide speakers for various events. And I know Chow had a student who joined them just last year, and she organized with the student for them to bring a couple of representatives to talk to our students. And that's a marvelous opportunity for you to network, to find out about the type of skills that are required in the real world of work. So it's excellent that they do employ our students, because obviously they recognize the value to their firm of students having worked in the student managed fund. Now, as well as Bloomberg, the LSMIF, we also provide all our students with the opportunity to take part in an Amplify trading event. Now, this event is quite expensive for us to put on, so we value it in that sense, and we know that the students value it. So students will take part in 2 exercises, one on asset management and the other on investment banking. Amplify Investment in the past have sponsored prizes, and last year they sponsored 4 prizes for the top performing students in these events. And also, and this is something that we're really proud of, the Amplify have awarded one of our students entry to their 3 to 4 week internship program that they hold every year. And they give 1 internship to UK students. And this year it was one of our students who had performed very, very well in that Amplify trading event. So there is a spin-off from students in taking part in these extracurricular activities that we offer. And of course, we plan to continue working with Amplify Trading in the future. Now, that's just a brief introduction to some of the activities that you as a student could become involved with our programs. So I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to hand over to my program leaders for them to provide some background on their individual programs. So again, I'll start with you, Geeta, as you're at the top of my screen.
So thank you very much for that introduction, Siobhan, because of course, Amplify took on one of our MSc Finance students this year. I think that was a student you were talking about. And the opportunities you labeled or you talked about are available to all of our students. Mm-hmm. And indeed, we have a small and select group in most of our degrees, and they are very much encouraged to take on all those opportunities. So I know that LSMIF has also offered employment opportunities, or rather given students a sort of a launch pad from which they can apply into other companies. And last year, one of our MSc Finance students got the job because they had written something which was part of their remit, and it also worked for LSMIF. So, I mean, these things which you're talking about actually do affect our students personally, and I've seen that happen from very close quarters. So very grateful that Lincoln is offering these opportunities. So my program, MSc Finance, is the oldest master's program in the department, and it was set up as a conversion program for people from quantitative backgrounds to enable them to work in the world of finance. It's a broad-based program as opposed to investment banking or other ones, in that it allows people from different backgrounds to come in, especially if they come in from physics or computer sciences, anything which they've got some ability to handle the quants, which is embedded in our finance programs, because I think students who haven't done quants for a long time would struggle. So we encourage students with interest in quants to come in, and we give them very broad-based research and practical skills. So the practical skills are on, places like using Bloomberg, using econometric programs like Stata and other such programs. And the research skills are from writing assessments and writing dissertations for it. The way MSc Finance works is it gives a very broad-based, broad church kind of introduction to many things, including financial reporting, quants, bonds, equities, and which is Chow teaches incidentally, and macroeconomics as well. So students from them have applied and gone on to jobs in various fields. And indeed, the program has run for a long time. So students have gone on to various destinations, such as some of them have gone off to central banking, some of them have become forex traders, some of them have gone on to become finance officers somewhere. We have people in the Woodland Trust in the UK. We have people working as finance partnerships in the NHS. We have people returning back to their home countries and working in their central bank. We have people working from international banks such as HSBC. So MSc Finance is a kind of program which allows you to think in terms of if you are not quite sure you want to just go into banking or just into economics, then MSc Finance is the program which allows a broad-based introduction into all those spheres. And it's slightly different from MSc Economics and Finance because some of the programs which Siobhan was talking about earlier are specialist programs which are there. This one is a conversion program. So investment banking and MSc Finance are both, and indeed some of the other ones which we're going to see, these are conversion programs. They take students who haven't necessarily done finance before, but are comfortable with quants. So that's a very brief discussion about MSc Finance, Siobhan, and thank you for letting me talk about it.
That's okay, Geeta. That's really interesting, and it's useful to note that your degrees, and in fact all of the degrees represented by people at the moment, are all conversion programs. Yep. So in other words, you can have studied a completely unrelated undergraduate program and then join either MSc Finance, International Investment Banking, MSc Governance, or MSc Accounting and Finance, and succeed because it's aimed at people like you. And then you can go off and earn your hundreds of thousands in the financial world. So, Chow, would you like to tell us a little about MSc International Investment Banking?
Yeah, of course, Sivong. MSc International Investment Banking aim to develop student expertise in the field of banking and finance with a particular focus on investment banking function, for example, asset valuation, security analysis, wealth management, and portfolio management. Investment banks have the corporation raise capital via issuing bonds, underwriting the stock issue, handling the merger and acquisition, risk management, and providing financial advice for both firm and high net worth individuals. You may wonder why investment banking. There's an interesting fact that according to the graduate market report, which is a study of the largest graduate vacancies and starting salaries at the UK 100 best known and most successful employers, investment banking alone, without banking and finance, is among the top 4 industries in the UK with the largest number of graduate vacancies and offer the highest graduate salary across all business sectors. That is why every year we have a student who got the job before they complete the degree. For example, this year, one of the students in this course get the job offer at the wealth manager in a wealth management company, and they will start their job in July. In this course, students will have the opportunity to get hands-on experience at a real investment banker via working for our Lincoln Student Managed Investment Funds, as our head of department had just introduced. And every year, students in this course work as a chief financial analyst for our fund, and this becomes a very competitive advantage when they go to the job markets. They also participate in many extracurriculum activities such as Amplify simulation, career talk, alumni talk, And every year we invite guest speakers from the industry, for example, from Royal Bank of Scotland, Bryn Dolphin, and even fintech company who meet and talk to our students about emerging issues in the industry, like risk management in banking, including cyber risk and climate risk, portfolio management, or even developing professional network in the finance industry, how to develop interview skill, and even applying for job in fintech company. We try to balance between academia and practitioner and between study and extracurriculum activities. Students in this course have gone to work at different places around the world in positions such as financial advisor, financial analyst, wealth manager, mortgage account manager, and portfolio manager. A job destination include Bryn Dolphin, James, Yorkshire Society Building, Commercial Trust, and so on. That is a brief overview of MSc International Investment Banking, and I'm happy to answer any question related to the program.
Okay, thanks, Chow. Oh, I see we've got a question from a student. We spoke about a student-managed investment fund. What happens if it makes a profit or a loss? Well, hopefully it doesn't make too many losses, but the fund, the money is not actually necessary about making a quick return on your investment. It is about developing an investment strategy over a period of time. So the students who see the investments or who may make the initial investments, they are more interested in watching the performance of the investment rather than necessarily selling to make a quick return. So it's about developing the strategy, but ultimately the students have to manage the anticipated losses or hopefully the profits that the fund may make. So that's all the responsibility of the fund. And if the capital of the fund is so depleted, then the fund, like many good funds, won't exist. But so far it's been running about 5 years and we are still doing quite well. I don't know if that answers your question. Happy to take another one. Okay, thanks. And now, Nikki, it's your turn because you're next on my screen. So would you like to introduce MSc Governance?
Thank you very much, Siobhan, and hello, everyone. I was thinking about what people might be interested in learning about governance today. And it occurred to me that there are maybe 3 or 4 things that a potential master's student might be interested in. So here we go. Firstly, I think lots of you out there are looking for a qualification that leads to great job opportunities. And governance opportunities are really out there. It's an area where there's a real shortage of qualified professionals. Our students have gone on to work at companies such as TikTok, PwC, Grant Thornton, THG, and other universities in the university sector. So it's a real area where you can quickly gain great opportunities. The second thing I thought you might be interested in was a qualification that leads you to a varied and interesting and satisfying career. And I think governance professionals, they work in boardrooms, even from an early stage in their careers. They're in the room where key strategic decisions are being made. And so if you're interested in a career where you can fast track to the boardroom, then a career in governance might be just what you're looking for. Thirdly, a position with a broad range of opportunities. The Masters in Governance here at the University of Lincoln is accredited with a professional body, CGI UK and Ireland. And that is recognised around the world. So it opens doors to a variety of roles in a range of sectors, in a range of countries. Recently, we had a company secretary come over from Australia to talk to our students, to talk about the opportunities for well-paid positions over there. And it's not just down under, it might also be the Cayman Islands. We've had students from UAE who've gone back there to pursue careers in governance. And did I say 3 or 4? You may be interested in a great salary. Typical salaries around 30,000, but that rises rapidly. As you gain experience and qualifications, 6-figure salaries are not uncommon. So there's 3 or 4 reasons why you might be interested in a career in governance. And some of you might then say, that's great, but what exactly is governance? That's a common problem, and that's probably why there are so many opportunities in this market and why it's so well paid. Because lots of people don't know what it's all about. And governance is really looking at how companies are directed and controlled. The word governance comes from the old Greek word, which means to steer a ship. And it's that idea that the governance team are helping to steer the ship, helping it achieve its long-term sustainability and strategic goals. And it makes it a very fascinating career. Lots of people in governance might go on to become a company secretary. And lots of people have this idea that a company secretary is typing letters and taking minutes. But again, the etymology of the word secretary is from the old idea of the secret keeper, that in governance, you're thinking about the confidential areas in which the company is looking to move in the future. It's an interesting role. It's got lots of opportunities, and it'd be great to see you develop those skills to enable you to become a governance professional here at Lincoln. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nikki. And I know, because my son works in governance, that practically everything that Nikki has said is absolutely true. From the first week in his new job, he called me and said, "Mom, I put an announcement on the stock exchange." And I thought, "Did you really?" He said, "Obviously somebody was guiding me, but I did it." So from week 1, he was involved in that financial world, in making announcements on the stock exchange. Yesterday, he spent the whole day in London at a board meeting, an audit committee meeting. Just I find it so exciting as a career for young people with energy and ambition. It's just a superb career. Maybe I'm biased because my professional qualification is as a chartered secretary. Sadly, I chose to come into academia, but I know that it is a really good career option. So thanks, Nikki, for that. And I had to get my my spin in.
Can I just quickly add that if you are able to make the postgraduate open day on the 14th of June, we are really fortunate that we've got a representative from CGI coming to talk a little bit more about the organisation. So anybody out there who's interested in governance, do try and make it to Lincoln on the 14th of June. Lincoln will be looking spectacular, and you'll be able to meet the programme leaders here, and also talk to Craig from CGI if you want a bit more about that as well.
That's really useful. And of course, you can go into governance effectively without the qualification of an MSc, but you have to do the professional exams, and they can take a lot longer than getting your MSc, because as Nikki says, after you've completed your MSc, if you've done 3 years experience, once you get 3 years experience, then you get the professional qualification as well, which is an added bonus. Okay, Nikki, we won't monopolize the evening with MSc governance. We'll move on to Fadi. Hello there, Fadi, again.
Hi,
Would
Siobhan.
you
How
like
are
to
you?
introduce MSc Accounting and Finance?
Thank you so much, Siobhan. I'll do. Guys, let us think about practical, pragmatic solution, like what you can create opportunity. Our MS Accounting and Finance at University of Lincoln, this is the prestigious program we have here at Accounting and Finance and Economics Department. We have recruited a huge number of students, and this is like double compared to previous year. Accounting and Finance, this program is structured and designed to offer you like two birds in one stone. You will have two major. You will have accounting and balance, so and finance. So you will have like double opportunity in terms of job opportunity, double chance. What I would like to say, let us go beyond the traditional approach. We are not focusing on one sector. We are focusing on different companies in different setting, in different countries. If you'd like to work in the UK, if you would like to work abroad, if you would like to work whatever national or international market, it's just fair enough to say, I have master degree in accounting and finance. Whenever you are presenting your degree accounting and finance, so you have the currency, you have the strongs, and you will have an opportunity to involve and engage in different level. If you like to work with SMEs, small, medium enterprise, you have a lot of opportunity. If you would like to work with large companies, there is a lot of opportunity. If you would like with national, international companies, there are a lot of opportunity. We do what's really good about this degree. You will make your choice. You will make your decision. You will receive a lot of offer, and you say, I will go, I will not go. This is what's good about this degree. This is one of the prestigious program. And what I would like to say, I will not talk now about our graduate where they are going, including, for example, our graduate will work including KPMG, Big Four company, for national health sector, for public, private company, accounting and finance about our life. Accounting and finance, you will work with your community, you will work with your business, and you will have ambassador role to play. What I would like to say, you will add value to your company, and you will add value to your community, and you will focus how you will change the structure of the traditional approach for business model. What we are trying to think about now, what is new about our curriculum for MS Accounting and Finance? We are creating the new curriculum which is fit with the current trend of the business environment. What's really matter, you need to learn about what is the context of the business and where the business is heading. And this is good opportunity to learn from your expertise here, from your professional practitioner, and you will have a lot of opportunity to hear from guest speakers, and you look at what is about the business activity, and it's about how you will be able to use accounting information for planning, decision making, and control. This is accounting and finance, and guys, there are a lot of opportunity, and I would like to see you all on 14th of June, let us say 14th of June. Okay, just welcome everyone here at University of Lincoln. What's really new, what's really great about this program, we are departing from the traditional conventional assessment. It's not about exams, not about project, it's rather about knowledge exchange. You are at the center, and the student at the center of everything we do. Make sure you are leading your project, you are leading your the wisdom of the required skills and knowledge which you need to sharpen your skills and to create a lot of opportunity. This is what we can summarize about MS Accounting and Finance, which cannot be separated from our day-to-day life. Okay, and imagine a lot of opportunity. Sometimes you have to decide to keep or drop one product line. Sometimes you have to think about outsourcing. What about the influence of the environment on the community and about the whole value creation? What is the concept of value creation? It's not only about financial term. You will use combination of financial and non-financial. You will focus on ethical and professional practice. It's about code of conduct. It's about value. It's about citizenship. It's about changing the business structure and looking at the green era of business decision making, regardless whether this operational, is tactical, strategic, regardless whether this public or private. But again, focus on your role, which is you have a lot of opportunity, and I would say this is a global degree rather than national or international degree. And I'll say thank you so much, Yvonne. I don't like to add more, but it's about a new interactive program. You will spend, and everyone will be here to provide hands-on experience, including Bloomberg, including another data stream, including problem solving. You will hear a lot about case studies from what is good business, what is bad business, why we have to assign this, why we have to how we will create value in terms of investment efficiency, in terms of value added, and you will be able to measure the company performance at different level. As I mentioned too, not only one pillar, it's about combination of environmental, social, and economic pillar. This is a new comprehensive, and you will have the currency to speak globally about your opportunity. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Fadi. That's a great summary of all the 4 programs. But actually, we have another 4 programs that I would like to mention to you. The first of these is MSc International Business Economics. Now, International Business Economics is also a conversion master's. So it's aimed at those who have got a background in business subjects, but also a smattering of economics or an interest in economics. And anyone who wants to take that interest in economics further, even though they may not have an underpinning degree in economics, can certainly make that journey on the MSc International Business Economics. So I'll just briefly talk about it. If anybody wants to ask questions about it, we can certainly do that as well. But I do also want to mention MSc Economics, MSc Economics and Finance, and MSc Banking and Finance. The thing about these 3 degrees is that they are what we refer to as specialist programs. That means you should have an underpinning degree before you join these programs. So if you want to join economics, it would be expected that you would have already got an undergraduate economics degree, or economics and finance, that you would have a degree with either economics and or finance in the title. Similarly for banking and finance. Now, these degrees are quite technical and mathematically demanding. So if you are not comfortable with maths, I would advise maybe think of a different degree, because a lot of what the students undertake, the work that they undertake in these 3 degrees, is underpinned by sound mathematical skills. They are aimed at enhancing your critical and analytical skills. They will help you develop your research skills, and the econometrics focus in the modules that you will be studying will certainly help you to do that. In particular, the econometrics, panel data, and econometrics, we have 2 econometrics modules, and they are very, very focused on analysis. Obviously, there is some overlap between each of these 3 degrees in the modules that you will study, but each of them has their own separate modules, which obviously gives them the specialism that those degrees require. I should add that we are very excited because just last week we found out that our MSc Banking and Finance has been recognized by the Global Association of Risk Professionals. And so that's a professional body accreditation that has been assigned to that. And we are seeking other professional body accreditations for our MSc Finance and our MSc International Investment Banking. And I don't know if either Chow or Geeta wants to mention either CFA or the Financial Risk Association.
So CFA is the Chartered Financial Analysts professional body, and MSc Finance has been sort of tailored such that you could very easily do part 1 and part 2 for it, and it was deliberately designed to kind of mimic that. In the last few years, CFA has started inviting more and more academic institutions to be affiliated with them. And what we are planning to do is try and get that affiliation, because anyway, whatever we do is already CFA qualified. In fact, in MSc Finance this year, we have a student who's already done his CFA 1, and he can see, and part of CFA 2, and he can see the merits of, and he's easily the most engaged and most interested student because he kind of makes that connection very clearly. Does he find it boring? If I can speak for him, he doesn't, because he's very animated, but he also seeks more questions. And where the MSc Finance differs from just the CFAs, of course, if you went to the CFA directly, you wouldn't get the master's qualification. So the advantage of doing a MSc Finance would be, or even for investment in banking, is that you would get not only the knowledge which is required, which can help you tackle your professional exams, but you'd also get those research skills, which gives you a master's degree, which is a big plus in today's times. So that's the point, which is how MSc Finance and how MSc International Investment Banking link in. And we're seeking to get CFA for both of them. So hopefully through the summer.
Yeah, thanks, Geeta. Chow, I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
I think Geeta already explained really well, and we are preparing to have a CFA in both MSc Finance and MSc International Investment Banking. But I can see a question in the chat that I would like to answer.
Oh, good.
The candidate asked about the difference between banking and finance, MSc Banking and Finance, and MSc International Investment Banking. So MSc Banking and Finance is a specialist program that require you to have some background in banking and finance. For example, you should have the undergraduate degree in banking and finance, and it's more technical course. While MSc International Investment Banking is a conversion program that open for candidates from any other background, but of course we also expect the candidate to have some quantitative background. And MSc Banking and Finance provide advanced study in all key area of banking and finance, both theoretical and applied finance and econometrics. But MSc International Investment Banking more practitioner in terms of its focus on financial and investment management of the investment banking function, as I say, asset valuation, security analysis, portfolio construction, and wealth management. So the career destination for MSc Banking and Finance is wider in career and financial sector, including supervisory financial institution, central bank, company finance department, public sector, and economics consulting. But for MSc International Investment Banking, the career destination may be the analyst, financial analyst, trader, or portfolio manager or wealth manager in investment bank or commercial bank, hedge funds, and pension fund. That is and the candidate also asked about the difference between MSc Economics and MSc International Business Economics. So MSc Economics is also specialist program, but MSc International Business Economics is conversion program. And economics also require you to have a strong background in math and other quantitative like econometrics. But for international business economics, it's open for candidates from own business background. So I don't know if you want to ask something about the difference between programs.
Yeah, and some of the modules that the students will study, Chow, on international business economics are business focused. For example, we don't assume any prior knowledge in economics. So we have an introductory module on international business economics, which is focused on essentially basic business economics, just to introduce the student to the concepts and principles of economics. There's also a finance module called Finance and Accounting on that program. As well as that, we have the opportunity to study more business-focused modules than you would have on the specialist economics program. So, for example, you might study international entrepreneurship or social entrepreneurship, global strategies. So modules which you wouldn't study on the more specialist programs will certainly be available on the international business economics. Now, I think it might be useful at this point for you, the student, to have a quick look at, if you haven't already, and forgive me if you have, at the website where we provide details of what you would actually study in each of the programs. Underpinning is key for economics. Underpinning is key for banking and finance. Whereas international business economics and international investment banking are conversion programs.
Thank you so much. Yvonne, can I add any?
Yes, please do, Fadi.
I would say, guys, let us think. I will think like a student. Now I have learned a lot about a lot of opportunity for different program at University of Lincoln. Probably you would be wondering why I have to apply for University of Lincoln. I would like to say University of Lincoln, you will feel at home. University of Lincoln, you will like quite safe area. Everyone is here to support you. You will enjoy your life on campus. It's not only about activity or classroom or lecturing or workshop or data, but again, it's about socialization, about safety. It's about, this is what we have at our University of Lincoln. It's positioned at the center of Lincoln. And Shifon, would you like please to add why Lincoln?
Yeah, absolutely. Why Lincoln? How long have we got, Fadi? I've been at the university, as I said, 20 years, and I love Lincoln. It's a wonderfully small city, but it's got everything from, say, the university perspective. Everything you could want is within walking distance. We are within five minutes of the train station, which I know will be important for many students. We have direct trains to London 4 or 5 times a day. I think actually it's 6 times a day. We have a wonderful staff base. In accountancy, finance, and economics, we have a very supportive staff environment. And actually, I know that spills over into the other 2 departments in the business school, management department and the Department of Marketing, Languages and Tourism. We are almost, if you like, a community within the university. Small, friendly, we get to know our students. And there is no hiding place because many of our programs are relatively small programs. So therefore, we do. Your lecturers will get to know you. We'll understand your problems. Your program leader will be effectively your personal tutor. Nobody is going to get through without knowing the first names of all of their lecturers because we work on a first name basis. So it is a very supportive community. It has lots of nightlife. If you're interested in nightlife, very close to the university campus. We are right in the center of the city. The shops for all the groceries, whatever else you need, they're all within walking distance. You don't need a car. You can get around just on foot. The campus, everything is within the same area. So you don't have to jump on a bus to get to the other side of town to attend another lecture and come back again. It's all within the same campus. I love Lincoln. I love the people that work here. I think it's a great place for students to study. I am biased maybe, but I'm happy for any of the program leaders to add anything more that I've forgotten.
I will add, thank you so much, Yvonne, but I will add one small thing, and you already remind me all the time. Our head of department, every time we try to do whatever we will do in terms of our moderating, our developing our program, we are focusing on student at the center, student at the heart of everything we do. And our head of department repeating this for every time. And honestly, guys, you will notice that everything is tailored and designed to meet your expectation, because you have very strong voice here at University of Lincoln in terms of the knowledge, in terms of the practice, in terms of the assessment. And this is what we mean by materializing, for example, student at the heart of everything we do. And indeed, yes, this is, I can see, and this is honestly, this is highly evidence at the University of Lincoln, like another advantage for University of Lincoln. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
Yeah, and Fadi, actually, we have a wonderfully international staff base as well as a wonderfully international student base. So you will get the opportunity to mix with people from a variety of places around the world. Nikki, you were going to add something.
I was going to add briefly about Lincoln. Having seen lots of universities in the UK, I think it's the only place where the closest accommodation to the business school is about 10 meters away. So anybody who's not great at getting up in the morning, make sure you apply for somewhere really close. But we have some of our accommodation is
just either side of us.
Absolutely, so close. And the things I was going to just add other than that is a bit about accreditations and conversion. MSc governance, there is no undergraduate governance program. So governance is ideally suited for, it's particularly attractive to people who've got an accounting background. If you're a professional accountant, it would really help with your career portfolio to have a governance qualification. It's very attractive to lawyers, but we've had people study governance with us with history degrees, with a variety of business degrees, and all kinds of people would be attracted to a career in governance and the master's degree. And then the question that's just come up on screen is, what other accreditations do you have? So as well as the ones that Geeta and Chow have just been talking about, governance is accredited to CGI. If you do the MSc governance program, you will only need 3 years of relevant work experience to be fully CGI qualified, as opposed to 6 years if you go down the CGI exam route. So the advantage of doing the MSc governance is you qualify quicker, and as well as being CGI qualified, you've also got that MSc. And then also within accounting and finance, there are accreditations available with ACCA and ICAEW, I believe. Is that right, Fadi?
Yeah, you're on mute, Fadi.
We can't hear you, Fadi.
Yeah, they will get.
Sorry, Nikki. You spotted the point, Nikki, and I fully agree with you. And guys, honestly, Governance is about compliance. Governance is about, you understand business policy and company policy. It's about, you will involve with board of director. It's about, make sure about the quality issues, internal auditing issues. Governance is, what I'm trying to see, guys. Governance, trust me, this is what I have learned from my experience across different countries. Governance is a new profession. This is a new era of career opportunity. So try to make sure you are working at the head of the expectation, and you are getting the qualification, and you will decide, I'm going for this area or for this business or whatever you will decide. And a lot of opportunity with governmental organization. Nikki, you know about governmental organization, whatever city council, whatever, for example, state-owned enterprise, we have a lot of shortage in terms of governance qualification, and there is a lot of opportunity, especially when you are talking, let us say, for example, whatever, GCC, for example, Gulf country, a lot of business, they are all state owners enterprise, and they are seeking qualification in governance because they would like to show compliance, and they would like to show standardization and commitment to best practice in terms of decision making and responsible management. And they would like, honestly, guys, and they would like a lot, they would like to learn from you how they will restructure their internal operational process. Thank you so much, Nikki, for highlighting this.
Okay, thanks, Fedi. And I think that draws us nicely to a close this evening. But if you're interested, please don't forget to get in touch with us. There is a postgrad open day on the 14th of June, and it would be great to see you all there. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.